What's up, family? I'm gonna let a few of y'all get in here, and then I'm gonna go in on this subject. As y'all come in, I'm gonna do some shout outs. Let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're coming in from. This is a topic, I wanted to cover this yesterday, man, but I ran out of time. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait till tomorrow because I need to make sure I give this subject right here my undivided attention. So let's see what y'all saying here. Ray Lewis. He got a lot to say about Kaepernick. He can't keep Kaepernick's name out of his mouth. Really, he can't keep any black athletes or public figures' names out of his mouth that the establishment don't really care for. That lets you know. Follow him. Watch how he move around. When people are saying questionable things out in the media, especially like celebrities, they get out in the media, celebrities and so-called public servants, and they say things that seem to throw the community under the bus, or they say things that are inconsistent with righteousness. And you sitting there, and sometimes you try to give them the benefit of the doubt because you see certain things that they're doing, and you say, well, I think that's a good person. So you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let me tell you something. All you got to do is follow where that money is. Follow the paper trail. Who's writing their checks? That'll give you a good indication of what kind of person you're really dealing with. Because most people, the comments that come out of their mouth, publicly at least, are going to reflect their boss's sentiments, their boss's convictions, their boss's agenda. Whoever's writing that check, whoever's stroking the check, they're going to basically be regurgitating that person's conscience. I'm telling you. So when you hear people like Ray Lewis speak, just know that that's what that dude is about. So I'm gonna let a few more of y'all get in here. What's up, Prince O'Meal? Brandon Davis, what's up, homie? Lou Mo, I see you. Aaron Williams, Oakland in the house. Yep. I see Atlanta in here. Who is that? Kate? Can't read that. Ja? Clover Ja. I think I'm saying it right. Yeah. What up, Green? All right, I got it. So yeah, okay, so I'm going in on this. I'm gonna go in. So Ray Lewis, the former Baltimore Ravens linebacker, said that his former team, the Baltimore Ravens, was close to signing Colin Kaepernick. That is until the free agent's girlfriend tweeted an unfavorable tweet about Ray Lewis and the Ravens owner, Steve Bisciotti. Now, this is what Ray Lewis had to say, and I'm gonna go ahead on, and since I've been doing my little acting bid in Hollywood lately, I'm gonna go ahead on and do a reenactment of Ray Lewis's statements that he made on Showtime inside the NBA, on Showtime's Inside the NFL on Tuesday night. This is what he said. We would go close the deal aside. and Steve Bisciotti said, I want to hear Colin Kaepernick speak to let me know he won't play football. And it never happened because the picture comes out the next day. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. The picture come out. Say, man, this dude, I don't know who this dude think we are, but this dude is a clown. You know, you can watch him. You could just see how his mannerisms, just watch his mannerisms, and you could tell this dude is fake. And so he tried to come off just because he's from the streets. He played in Baltimore and he's had a few interactions with the cops. You know, that it's like this, because you've been like a victim of domestic abuse, don't necessarily makes you a domestic abuse advocate. You dig what I'm saying? So because he's been maybe disrespected by the police, had a few unfavorable encounters, does not necessarily make him an advocate for, against police brutality. You understand what I'm saying? So this dude is a joke if he think we really for 1 second believe that little shitty speech he gave on Inside the NFL. We would go close to signing him. We were close to signing him. But Steve Bisciotti said, I want to hear from Kaepernick. I want to hear what Kaepernick got to say. Man, get the hell out of here. This dude must think we some fools. Now, this is the reason why he had to throw Kaepernick's wife under the bus. Because she clowned his ass on social media. I'm talking about straight clowned him. Now, some of y'all might say, well, she's the reason why he don't have a job. Yeah, well, maybe she not the reason, but she didn't help. See, some of y'all ain't got no spine. Some of y'all don't have strong convictions. Some of y'all will do anything for money. Some of y'all will get on the knees and eat ass with a spoon for money. You just don't give a damn. Whatever it takes to pay the bills, to ride in that nice car, live in that nice house. Some of y'all will do anything for money. Well, I like this chick. Dude got a rider. He got a rider. Even if I was in his shoes and she made that tweet, maybe I was on the road to making something happen. Even if I was mad, even if I didn't appreciate her, even if I was upset about her making that tweet, putting that tweet out there, I would have to appreciate her convictions. I would have to appreciate her loyalty to me. And she gonna get a pass for that. All you ask for in life is for people to ride for you like you ride for them. For people to be loyal to you like you're loyal to them. And, hey man, she led by example with that. That's all you ask for, man, is a rider, man. It's too many people out there that are laying in bed with you every night and you sleeping with the enemy. They're totally against you. Every time you come up with an idea, they got something negative to say about it. Instead of them evaluating and analyzing and say, okay, that sounds cool or whatever, but have you thought about this? This is not knocking it down, but just analyzing, evaluating, and really thinking the thing through, thinking the details through. That's cool. But some people, every time you have an idea, it's never a good idea. They always shooting your ideas down. And these are people that, the worst are the kind that lay in bed with you at night. These people that you entrust your life to. And every time you're trying to do something that you want to do, they got something negative to say about it. You can't get any support. You can't get support from them. So when you find a woman or a man that support your ideas, that support your goals, then, man, you got to ride for that. I'm telling you, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It sounds like it should be easy to find somebody that'll ride for you and support your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, but it ain't that easy, especially if you're not already successful. Now, once you're already successful, man, most of the times you're not going to have any problems with that because they're just like, you're the man, so you're the woman, so it doesn't matter. But let you be trying to build something. Try to build something. Let you try to do something that's unproven, especially by you. And watch how difficult it'll be to get your spouse to ride with you. This is one of the main reasons why many people can't reach their full potential. They are with the wrong people. It doesn't mean that that person that they're with is a bad person. It's just that that person is not a good fit for them. Oftentimes, people try to pair up with people and they have all of these other good things in common and things that make it work. But it's certain things that you want to do in life, and it's certain risks that you're trying to take. Certain people are not built for risk, and they're not, and that's okay. But it's bad if they're not built for risk support. So I may not be a risk taker, but my partner is. So, and if she is, I gotta support her. I got to support her. If she type one that's gonna take the risk, I gotta support her. I can't try to be mad at her because I don't have it in me to be that way. And everybody got their own role, got their own lane. And if you're not a risk taker, that's okay. But you can't be in a relationship with a person who is a risk taker and not support that person. You need to move around. You need to go find somebody who don't take risk like you. You need to find somebody like that. Can you imagine what it would have been like, what it would have been like for, somebody like Malcolm X, and he wouldn't have had to support Betty Shabazz? Can you imagine what that would have been like? He trying to go make something happen, and Betty like, man, you tripping, man. You don't need to go out there. You don't need to do this. You don't need to, what you going out there for? You gonna get hurt. You gonna get somebody hurt. You need to stay at home. Don't work like that. You're a risk taker. You need somebody who gonna ride with you. And Colin got him a rider. Now, Raycoon Lewis, man, I don't know what to say about that dude. I don't know what kind of woman would lay up with somebody like that, who has absolutely no heart. None. You can't be fooled by his work on the football field, the advancements that he made on the football field. Like Michael Jordan, he was one of the best at what he did in competition. But as a human being, just like Michael Jordan, he trash. Straight up trash. And I don't give a damn who don't like what I'm saying about them. Them dudes are trash. Now, really the people that really just don't really like, most people that's from the black community understand what these dudes about, and they don't cut for them at all because they know how they built. But the only people that really cut for them are people that's getting paid off of them, maybe the handlers, the hanger-ons, a couple family members, and they probably don't like them either. They're just getting paid from them. But I will tell you, it is the coons and the coon lovers. That's who ride for them. The coons and the coon lovers. That's the only type of people that like them dudes. I go to Baltimore often. I have friends in Baltimore. And on the ground, I've been in the hood and I've been in the suburbs. I've been out there on the what they call it, what they call that area where the water is. My boy live. I got a homie that live over there. Anyway, the bottom line is that I've been on the high grounds of Baltimore and the low grounds of Baltimore, and I can tell you that the black community can't stand Ray Lewis. Now, again, you got the coons and the coon lovers who will say, well, well, that's group thinking and he should be able to think on his own and da-da-da. Let me tell you something that I know. Anytime you find an individual who is despised by his community, by the group, his whole, like collectively, his ethnicity, something is wrong with that person. It's not him. It's not the people. It's him. All those people can't be wrong. Most people in any community are going to uplift anybody that's doing good in their community. They want to uplift that person. They're looking for symbols of success. They're looking for people that they can hold in high regard and say, look at us. He represents me. He looks like me. She looks like me. She represents me. So they're going to hold that person in high regard because they want others. They know that others are looking from the outside and looking in and judging them. And they say, look, we got another one. Oh, he's successful. She's successful. So don't believe that shit when you hear people like Charles Barkley with his clown ass get on TV and say, there's this notion in the black community that if you don't speak a certain way or you're not dumb or whatever, I'm paraphrasing of course, but if you're not dumb and you're not good enough, all of this stuff, like saying stupid shit like black people don't support people that are smart and educated. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. I'm from the hood and I don't know people like that. I just didn't meet them type of people growing up. And I met all kind of people. People, man, my mama didn't help me with my homework one day of my life. But anytime I came through that door, man, and I had good grades, my mama would be like, we made straight A's. Look at it, showing everybody my report card. Showing it off. You know how I go in the hood, man. You got a kid that makes straight A's, man. Straight A's, a few B's, man. Everybody gonna know. Ain't nobody going beating you up because you made straight A's and some B's. No. They don't like Charles Barkley because Charles Barkley is a sellout. That's why they don't like him. Jason Whitlock, Ray Lewis, and many other ones, they try to use that as an excuse to try to try to shame people into not talking bad about them. They try to get you to stop bad mouthing them, calling them out on their shit. It's a deflective mechanism. It's a defective mechanism. That's all it is. They're trying to deflect. That's all it is. He's just throwing this stuff out, just trying to deflect. That's all it is. They're deflecting. That's all it is. So these type of dudes, Yeah, the Stephen A. Smiths and all of them, man, the Stacey Dashes and all of that. They always trying to broad brush the black community and say, the black community feels this way. The black community feels that way. At the same time, they try to say, well, we're not all group thinkers. We think outside of the box. But then they proceed to try to paint the whole black community with one broad stroke. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. Let me give a free shout outs to y'all. I see y'all coming in. Okay. These are black people with coon mentalities, for real. Coon minds. Yeah, for sure. Who is that? Football players are strong physically, but are mentally weak for letting Colin stand by himself. Real talk. If all of the football players just say, you know what? We ain't standing. Not only are we not standing, but if y'all play that damn national anthem one more time, we gonna lead a whole damn stadium. I see you, Miss Meechie. Appreciate you. We gonna lead a whole stadium. Man, they end that shit today. It'll be over today. But they're not gonna do it. But see, because you got too many people that like to silently benefit from the hard work and the sacrifices of others. And they will even criticize you, and they'll complain. But they'll sit back. And then some of them won't complain, some of them won't criticize, they'll just sit back and they'll just see what's gonna happen. And then if you get crucified, they'll be like, man, see, that's what happens. See, that's why I ain't do nothing. But if you come out on top, and everything works out, they're gonna benefit from it, and they're not gonna one time say, you know what? Because I didn't I didn't take a knee during the national anthem. I don't want to benefit from this. I don't want that extra money. I don't want that extra respect. I don't want to be treated with equality like everybody else because I didn't participate in the boycott. I didn't participate in the march. I didn't give anything. I didn't give time, money, influence, nothing. So I don't want anything out of it. They're not going to do that. They're going to accept it like the crumb roaches that they are. Some people don't stand for nothing, man. They ain't gonna fight for nothing. They say they will, they ain't gonna fight for shit. Especially people are always talking about, man, you mess with my kids. You ain't gonna do shit. You mess with my kids, it's on. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't never fought for nothing in their life. How you gonna get down to the kids, now you gonna fight for something? They're not gonna fight for their kids. They're not gonna fight for their mom, their dad, their sister, their brother. They're going to be just like Tariq on Power. They're going to let their family member, their loved one, die. That's exactly what's going to happen. Nico Smith from America. What is that? Nico Smith from American Idol. Season 4 is my cousin. What does that have to do with anything, man? I shouldn't even read that. Let's see. Ray Lewis is absolutely disgusting. I'm over his stupidity. Andrew Harrison, I'm boycotting NFL real talk. Oh yeah. If you're boycotting NFL like me, let me know. Yeah. I'm boycotting their ass, man. I don't care what you say. Well, it ain't gonna make no difference. Oh, yes, it is. Money always makes a difference. Viewership always makes a difference. I killed the whole NFL package, man. Done. I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. You ain't getting mine. See, I'm one of them dudes. I'm not gonna wait to see what everybody else do. I know right from wrong. I know a good cause when I see one. So I don't have to wait to see what everybody else gonna do. I'm not gonna be the Joel Osteen. I'm not gonna be like Joel Osteen. I'm not gonna wait till all the other shelters fill up before I open my doors. If I know that these people need somewhere to go, I'm gonna be one of the first to open my doors. I'm not gonna wait on somebody else to open the doors and them to fill out their shelters first before I open my doors. I'll be first. If it's going down, let's get it over with. If it's a fight, if I see us, we cornered, they trying to roll on us, we in a bar, I'm not waiting for somebody else to throw the first punch. Soon as I get in position, I'll be first. I learned that from boxing. Be first, don't wait, be first. So I have no problem striking first. I have no problem being the first one to boycott or the only one to boycott. I have no problem. I uploaded a song yesterday for y'all on here, on YouTube. And I'm saying YouTube because I'll probably upload this to another platform, but I uploaded a song and it said, a song called Send Me, I'll Go by the Canton Spirituals. Send me, I'll go. And it said, and then it said, send me, it said also, I'll pray by myself if I have to. I'll sing by myself if I have to. I'll go by myself if I have to. If my mother won't pray, if my father won't pray, if my sister won't pray, if my brother won't pray, I'll pray by myself if I have to. If I have to pray by myself, I'll pray by myself. So if I have to boycott all by myself, I boycott by myself. I don't care what everybody else say. But I bet you one thing, I don't care if it's a fraction, if the NFL make $50 billion, they're gonna take a hit. They're gonna take at least a $200 hit from me. That's enough. I'm not waiting on somebody else. I don't need somebody else to validate me. I know right from wrong. I know a good fight when I see one. I know a good cause when I see one. What's up, Breeze? Appreciate you. Your homie. What? How do you say that name? Man, I can't say that name, man. You got to break that name down for me. But I see you though. See you, Shamar. Salute Kaepernick, to hell with them coons. You dig? Breeze Entertainment in the building. You know, Ray Lewis coming up with this lie about Kaepernick's girlfriend tweeting is the reason, tweeting that so-called offensive post is the reason that Kaepernick is not being signed. Listen, man, he could have came up with something way better than that. He a liar. He a lying ass jigaboo. Straight up. Nobody is believing that. Nobody is believing that they didn't sign Kaepernick because of that tweet. Now, listen, they didn't have a problem when, what's his name, Dante Stallworth got hit up with a DUI and he killed somebody. They didn't have a problem letting him play. They didn't have a problem with Ray Lewis being brought up on a double homicide. But they're offended by a tweet? They're offended by a tweet? And let's go deeper than that. Let's go to the heart of what Kaepernick is protesting for in the first place. Police brutality. The fact that white cops have been given an order to go out and kill black people. And they're doing it with impunity. Now, some people say, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. They haven't been given an order. Hey, man, somebody been given an order because it's happening too frequently and they're getting off too frequently. If law enforcement was not for this, if they were not in agreement with this, it would not be happening at the rate that it's happening. It really would be isolated cases. But somebody has been given the go-ahead to squeeze off on black males, specifically, but to brutalize and kill black people at will. That's what the whole protest is over, but nobody wants to talk about that. All they talking about is a dumbass flag, and I do mean a dumbass flag, a dumbass national anthem, a racist dumbass national anthem. Now, who else? What other ethnicity out there would stand for some shit like that? What if that national anthem had words in it that said, "Kill all white folks"? Kill the white folks. Kill the descendants of slave owners. Would we still be using that national anthem? Y'all think that national anthem would still be in rotation? I doubt it. I seriously doubt that. I see you, Mike James. Appreciate you. I seriously doubt that. You know what? And what about when Wes Welker's wife called Ray Lewis a murderer? What about that? She called Ray Lewis a murderer, and he kept his job. But Colin can't get work. Come on, man. See what y'all saying. You say Mike Vick is on NFL Fox. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. See, that they hire a certain kind of people. And I'm gonna tell you this, I'm surprised Shannon still got his job. I don't know what, I ain't figured it out exactly yet, just yet. I think it's one of those things that, well, Fox just want that money and they don't care how they get it. Now, Fox is obviously against black people. That's obvious. But if they could use one to just have a counter to all of the negative stuff, then, you know, they'll deal with that to an extent. But Shannon's job is always at risk. And all the other ones, at least the ones that I know that's been cooning and shit, their jobs are safe. They're good. They're straight. Yeah, dude, what'd you say? Who was that, David Glover? Riding with you in Mississippi. That's what's up. Somebody explain to this clown what a racist is. I just saw somebody say you're a racist. You know what? First, I'll delete your ass. I'll block you later. Oh yeah, the block party is in full effect. Again, y'all, I told you, the coon lovers and the coons, they will find their way to my page. But what they don't understand is that I am an avid blocker. I'm one of the greatest blockers in the history of YouTube. I block your ass day, night. I'll be sitting all in church blocking motherfuckers. I'm a great blocker. What's that guy name that used to do this? He ain't got nothing on me, used to play in the NBA. That dude ain't got nothing on me. I block all day long, block they asses. And when they come back, Matumbo, there it is. Yeah, blocking like Matumbo on their asses. and then hit you with the no, no, no. Don't try that shit no more. You got one shot over here, and your ass is gone. And then when you come back again, you got one shot and you're gone again. I'm blocking. I'm good at it. I'm a great blocker. I got a block party. Every time I go live, I got the block party is in full effect. Even when I'm not live, I'm blocking. All of that shit by just coming on, oh, you're trying to block freedom of speech. Aren't you for freedom of speech? Nah. It ain't about no freedom of speech. You motherfuckers ain't gonna come to me, come over around here just talking reckless. You think because there's a such thing as freedom of speech, you can just walk up to me and say, hey, fuck you and your mom, and you're gonna get your ass whooped over here. So yeah, it's freedom of speech. Just watch what you say. Yeah, block party in full effect. You find that ass. But anyway, yeah, getting back to the racist thing. Another deflective mechanism that they use. They try to call you a racist when you call out racist shit. The most asinine shit I ever heard in my life. It's like if somebody kills somebody and you call them a murderer. Well, you're a murderer? You're a murderer? That's about how it sounds to me. First of all, understand what the damn definition of racist means in the first place. Go look that up. I'm tired of explaining it to y'all asses. So go look it up so you don't sound so fucking stupid next time. In this country that I live in, maybe I can go somewhere in Africa and be a racist. But in this country, I cannot be a racist, okay? I could be a bigot. I could be prejudiced, but I couldn't be a racist. You see what I'm saying? Now, they think that by trying to call me a name like that, they're going to somehow shame me and make me not want to make these type of posts and call bullshit. They think somehow if they call me a racist, I will not talk about police injustice and corruption, corrupt law officials and government officials, and I'm not going to talk about these coons and shit. Now, here's the thing. Like, when I post something about a white person doing something foul, they'll say you're race baiting, right? You're race baiting. But when CNN posts the same thing, they're just covering the news. How does that work? You see, when a white dude calls out the government, when he says something about corruption, and he says something about anything that's not righteous, he's considered a rebel. But in America, if a black man do it, he's considered a racist. White guy considered patriotic. The black guy does it, and he's considered a racist. He's considered not a rebel, but a radical. See, you could be a rebel because that kind of go with the flag and American patriotism. But if you're a radical, they try to put a hit on you. You see, you got to watch these words, pay attention to the words they use, the semantics, and the way they operate. Then you understand how to deal with them. So I understand how it goes. I studied the Malcolm X's. I studied Martin Luther King. I studied them all intensely, and I continue to study them. So, and I studied J. Edgar Hoover extensively. I studied the U.S. government extensively. I studied law enforcement extensively. I know how they move. I study law. So you're not going to be able to get me with your with playing them little old games, them little the word play that you use. That's not going to work. You know the way you get me? If you want to get me, put me in place, get me with righteousness. Just come correct. Tell me, I'm the kind of person, I'm very logical, and I don't like to be made a fool. So if you tell me something and it makes sense, I may catch it right then and accept it. If I don't, if you say something and it doesn't make sense to me right away, I may come back later and analyze the discussion, analyze what you said, and then I may come back, and at that point, I'll say, you know what, you were right. See, I don't have a problem correcting mistakes. Some people, especially that do what I do, that talk about the news and social issues and stuff like that, who put a lot of information out there, and they get a certain audience, and the audience is expecting something. The audience wants you to cover news a certain way, cover issues a certain way. And when you don't do it the way your audience wants you to do it, sometimes you lose audience. Sometimes you lose your supporters. I'm okay with that because I'm more about what's right as opposed to pandering, catering to a base. I'd rather cater to real people, people that want the real shit. And whether it hurts or not, as long as it's true, as long as we getting somewhere with it, as long as we trying to move forward, I'm good with it. So if I lose a few like that, I'm not tripping. I'd rather have people that follow me, the people that's on my platform, people that's coming on my platform, that's trying to grow. Some people don't want to grow. Some people don't care to know what's going on the other side. Some people think that they can live in this world all by themselves, even though technically they have to coexist with everybody. But some people think that they can actually live in this world all by themselves and be all to themselves. That's why when they go out into the world and they be all shocked, they be like, somebody say something they don't like, they don't even know how to react. They don't know how to respond to it because they've been so aloof. They get up in a little shell, man, and they be all to themselves. Kareem says, I'm glad somebody finally called out Ray Lewis. Him and Steve Harvey, the biggest coons in the game. Yep, you're damn right. Who is that? Kay Sanders, every famous black person a coon, I guess. Okay, so I guess that's being sarcastic. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. There are a number of black people that are coons, that are famous. Not all are. Some of them that you guys think are coons are not. I know them personally. And they couldn't be further from what you think. But just from a distance, I can tell you, I've never looked at somebody like Sidney Poitier and considered him a coon. He's always played the roles in the movies he's played and everything he's done. He's always done it with a certain level of integrity. There are others out there like Morgan Freeman, who it hurt me to call him out. But he plays the game and he does shuck and jive a lot, especially when he starts talking about what we can do to fix these issues. He really trying to go for points to try to win massa approval. Massa's approval is very important to him. Not so much with Harry Belafonte and people like Sidney Poitier. Jim Brown. For the life of me, I couldn't understand how this dude wait till he get in his 70s to start cooning. That lets you know it's something wrong. Like, it's something going on, man. They getting to a lot of them. Jim Brown held off for a long time. I mean, he was the real deal for a long time. And he got in his 70s and he started cooning. I'm like, damn, man, you about to check out. You ain't, you know, you got more days behind you than you got in front of you, and now you starting this shit? What is it? Something's wrong with that. I think it's okay to, not have all the money. I think it's okay that not everybody like you. I think it's okay to not have a hit television show or a hit movie, or I think it's okay to not have a Bentley. It's okay. I think you'll get by. I think you'll live, because when you land on your deathbed, if you have an opportunity to reflect in your last moments, if you get that opportunity, I can guarantee you that the condition of your car, washing your car, having a party at your nice mansion, the number of zeros in your bank account gonna be the last thing on your mind. What happens when most people are on their deathbed? What do? They ask to see people. They want to see people. And they try to get it right with people. They ask for people. My son, where's such and such? Where's my daughter? Where's my brother, my sister? I need to talk to my friend. Can you get him here? That's what people want. That is what people ask for when they're in their line. And that right there tells you what really matters. But living this life and being constantly bombarded with all of these things that don't matter, all of these material things, it makes us lose sight of what really matters. What really matters is the bond that you make in relationships. That's what matters. The bond that you make in relationships. That's what matters. That is what determines your quality of life, not your quantity of life, your quality of life. I know people who has been millionaires, had everything, and put a gun to their head and blow their brains out because they didn't have that relationship bond. They didn't have any relationship bonds, strong relationship bonds. They didn't have them. And they felt like they were here by themselves. And they thought that they could get all of that money and all of that stuff, and that was going to make everything cool. At some point, you get tired of the fake friends. At some point, you get tired of the fake significant others. At some point, you get tired of people seeing through you. At some point, people are looking for human interaction, like quality human interaction. I can tell you right now, when I was at my lowest point in life, that is what sustained me. It wasn't the money in the bank. It wasn't the nice crib, the car. It was the quality of my relationships. Those people that came through. Man, that's a big deal. I don't suspect that Ray Lewis have anybody like that. I don't suspect that none of the career coons have somebody like that in their lives. I don't think so. I don't think so. This is about the criminal justice system. It's not just about Kaepernick. It's bigger than Kaepernick. It's bigger than Kaepernick. It's bigger than all the other players who has the courage to take that knee. It's bigger than that. Man, this is about human decency. This is about a rogue a rogue institution, a rogue systemic institution that think it's okay to treat one class of people lower than the other class. One group of people lower than another group. One group of people less than the other group. This is what this is about. It's about inequality. Well, actually, it's about equality, because that's what we're fighting for. That's what the struggle is for, equality. And so you got these coons running interference. And they'll fool you, because what they'll do is they'll throw out the bad things that are going on in the community. And if they throw out enough bad stuff, it'll make people consciously think, well, maybe they deserved it. Maybe he deserved it. Oh, I see why the police are like that. Let me tell you something. The police are not afraid like y'all think they are. They like coming to the hood and busting heads, and, they like that. They look forward to that. Man, they can't wait to get some action. Some of them can't wait to get some action when they go through the academy. They can't wait to hit those streets. They don't want to work in the nice, sleepy areas. They don't want to come to Houston and work in River Oaks and Memorial. They don't want to work in West U. They don't want to go to Katy and work. They don't want to work in the Galleria. They want to go to the hood where the action is, where they can bust heads and they can trample over people's civil rights and get away with it, where they can plant dope and put cases on people, where they can sell dope, where they can take dope from the dope dealers and redistribute it or use it themselves. They want to go where they can take people's money off the table, out of their cars, and get away with it and scare people and say, well, if you do this, then I'm going to run you in. Yeah, I'm going to lock your mama up. I'm going to lock your daddy up. I'm going to lock your wife up. I'm going to lock you and your wife up. Then what your kids going to do? I'm telling y'all, the police is the main reason for all of the drama, the chaos that go on in the hood. They keep it going. They don't want it to stop. If it does stop, because there have been times where people came together and said, you know what, we're going to chill out, man. This ain't working. Let's leave this alone. And the police will come back through and they'll crank it up all over again. They'll go in and start a gang war. They'll kill. They'll either kill or they'll get somebody to kill. And then, they'll send a body over here in this neighborhood and then plant a body of one of the other enemies in this other neighborhood. And next thing you know, they're right back at it. They're the ones who are keeping it going. They're facilitating the chaos in the urban communities around America. The police departments don't want to hire sound, intelligent, righteous, law-abiding cadets who are going to become policemen, who are going to follow the ladder of the law. They don't want those type of guys. They don't want people who are of sound mind and body. They're not trying to hire intelligent people. They're not trying to hire calm people who can remain calm under strenuous circumstances. They're purposely hiring people who are knuckleheads, who are hot-tempered. They're hiring these people. What they do is that they're hiring people who can fit in their system, who fits nicely into their system, because it's a corrupt system. So you can steal, you can jack, you can rob, just don't get caught. And also break me off something, because if you out there doing something and you ain't breaking me off, then I'm gonna have to break that up. I'm telling you, man, you got some dudes who are criminals. They criminal minded. And they thinking, they like, man, I could either go out here and be a common criminal, or I can just join the police force and be a criminal in that organization. I got more longevity becoming a police officer. The chances of me getting caught, or even if I get caught and serving any significant time, is astronomical. I'm not likely to get caught. So I stand a better chance becoming a police officer than a regular criminal. In fact, I'm telling you right now, anybody out there right now who's thinking about becoming a criminal, you thinking about selling dope, become a police officer and sell dope. You'll get away with it a lot faster. You'll have a much longer career. If you're thinking about killing somebody, you want to kill somebody, become a police officer. You'll get away. You can become a police officer and get away with murder. If you want to kill people, if you got killing on your mind, become a police officer. If you want to lie under oath and get away with it, become a police officer. That's all you got to do. If you want to be able to beat your wife and have her so shook that she won't even call the police, because if she knows if she calls the police, your buddies are going to show up and they're not going to do anything but sweep it under the rug, and she'll probably get another beating right after they leave or right there in front of them. Become a police officer. Everything that common criminals do, police officers do. The only difference is they get away with it way more often. Just become a police officer. I'm telling you, it's a part of the culture. These are not isolated incidents. This is a culture. This is a culture in law enforcement in America. It's corrupt from the top on down. This is why nothing can be done. This is why you can't get anything done. If I was a police officer, if I was a police chief, they wouldn't like me. They try to get rid of me because I'm going to break all that shit up. I'm going to come in day one, breaking it up. The union, the police union will not like me because the police union is corrupt. They're totally corrupt. So, and that's another reason why nothing can get done, because the minute you try to drag one of these policemen in, the police union kick in. And they put in the biggest, baddest lawyers, and they got all the money, they got the lawyers, man, and then they got the support of all these cops and shit like that, man. They unleash that weight on you, man, and bam, all of these political puppets running around here, they all succumb, they all cry. The prosecutors and the judges, the grand jury, the police, all of them are on the same team. They're all on the same team. So when you go to court, already, you got an uphill battle. It's all a show. It's just one nice little dog and pony show. That's all it is. The prosecutor and the judge, they kick it many times. They hang out together. They go out together. They hang out at each other's houses. They go on camping trips together. Weekend expedition, man. These people kicking it, man. It's all a show. So when you walk into that courtroom, you got the judge right here. You got the prosecutor right here, and you got the defense attorney right here. And if the defense attorney works for the government, guess what? Now, all of them are linked in together. They're all on the same team. And you're just there, just a pawn. And they're going to hang your ass. It's a joke, man. It's a game. It's one big old hustle. When you walk into a courtroom and you got a policeman getting ready to testify, as that police walk in there, the judge and the prosecutor is familiar with the police officer. 9 times out of 10, they know the police officer. When he walks in, they call him by name. I've stood back and watched them interact. I've listened to them talk. I've heard them talk. They're all in the same game. So when the police officer comes in, you got the police, you got the prosecutor, you got the judge, and you got Johnny Law, the full weight of the United States government backing them. If they need any DNA test, they need any experts, witnesses, they need any type of computer graphics, they can spend any amount of money that they want to, and they will never run out to get you. And they're all on the same team. This is why prosecutors have a 90-something% conviction rate, a high 90s conviction rate. The deck is stacked. So you can't win. Every now and then you might win, but you know what I'm saying. Then, even if you're innocent, if you go to court, you got to spend money on lawyers. You got to spend money on parking. You have to spend money all around. Not to mention the inconvenience. And what if you go to jail and you got to make a bond? You got to make the bond. You got to spend money on bondsmen. If it's a state case, you don't get that money back. So, unless you put up the full amount. But in most cases, you put up a bond, you're not going to get the money back. So, even if you're innocent, let's say you're found innocent, you don't get nothing back. They will not reimburse your money for the lawyers or none of that. All you get, you don't even get an apology. You out of here. You're not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. It's all a facade. It's one big lie. That's all it is. It's a big old lie. It's a big old game. That's all it is. So what you want to do is try your damnedest to avoid walking into a courtroom. You want to try your damnedest. When you're dealing with these police, you want to get these police out of your face as soon as possible, whether they're right or wrong. Whether you're in the right or you're in the wrong. You want to get them out of your face as soon as possible. They pull you over for a traffic stop. Yes, no, yes, sir, no, sir, whatever makes you comfortable. Get through it, yes, I understand. They say something disrespectful, you just, and just try to maintain your cool. Get out of there. If they did something to violate your rights, you take it up. You take your grievance up after that encounter is over. Then you go get at your lawyers and stuff like that. The name of the game is play to stay. Play to stay alive, play to stay free. That's the name of the game. I'm gonna give a few shout outs and then I'm gonna shut it down. Okay, let's go. Sean Henry says, then you go vote for better representatives. Deeply into it says, the problem is the police. Cheats, thanks, Will. Appreciate you. We got always black women. Let's unite for our men and children. There it is. DJ Tommy, yo, what's good? Louis Niels, great talk, bro. Appreciate you. Lisa, I see you. Terry Key, hey, what up? Love you back. What was that? Axel Foley says, Rob Schling. Ace says, if you're in Florida, run. Aunt Rich, Willie D, do you know Fleetwood from San Francisco? No, I don't know who that is. J Rock, I'm riding with you. Abomination. Shout out. There you go. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm out of here. Before I go, I just want y'all to know, if anybody had any doubts, Ray Coon is a jigaboo. No more talk.